This is Margaret Ann Windsor. I've put a lot of tapes on here, and I realize that my Wi-Fi is out. They've got it out, and I can't upload, but at least I can make the video. I have been run with chemicals. I've said who I am and that I was kidnapped in 41 and brought over here to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. Name of a twin, and both twins were dead. And I told about writing a medical malpractice book and what happened. It was about mind control, murders, and then I told about being flown out to Larry Flint's because the person that shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, was programmed to shoot him. And during the campaign in '83, I was flown out to his home. And in '86, I was totally shut down, and I ended up here in Roanoke. And my illness has been used against me. I'm allergic to chemicals, and it's an immune disorder. And if I'm around heavy chemicals, my immune system attacks itself. And through all the tapes, it's unbelievable. I can't go to the law because I had a letter from the FBI about, I thought it was in regards to the book I was doing, Larry McDonald, the congressman doctor whose plane was shot down by the Soviet Union because it veered into their airspace back August the 31st of '83. And I'd written about him and gotten into that campaign later when his plane went down. I had gotten a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of '80. I actually had antifreeze put in me, April Fool Day of '80. I have lived a hell of a life in front of everybody. And no law will help me. They're helping orchestrate the whole thing. And people are afraid of it, and quite frankly, they don't give a damn. I've been told what happens to me. They hate my guts because they kidnapped me and what has happened to me, and they're afraid of the law. They'd much rather run me than go up against the law enforcement agency that's doing this. Anyway, when I go somewhere and I quote, because they've made my word no good anymore, Carl Barton was a retired Virginia State Trooper who stated in '09 when he brought me to an affordable corporate suite that this is how they run me, by using chemicals on me and making me move. I stayed there for 17 or 18 months, and that was off Starkey Road here in Roanoke. And this is an ongoing thing, and this tape's about to go out again. So I want to finish it on this. This has been ongoing. I have been slaughtered with chemicals. My lungs, liver, and kidneys, the very medicine they give me to stop the inflammation tears up my kidneys and my body too. So it's a no deal, no winner there. My point is, 14 months ago I stayed at the Quality Inn, and new owners came in, and it was bad enough there. But when they came in, the Shaws and the Patels, they soaked me. And what they did to me there in front of everybody was ridiculous, and had me 75 years old, and I can't walk from the inflammation and what's been done to me. They've run me from one room to the other and soaked me, and now then I end up, they told me, I'm not sure that's legal, but I can't go to the law. They told me even after I paid the rent, I was going to have to be out by noon. So I ended up coming back to corporate suites, affordable corporate suites, not the one I'd stayed at over it when the state trooper brought me there. But here, I came here on the 3rd of this month, and right then they had the spray guy. This is orchestrated. That's what I'm saying. They have killed me using my illness, and the quality of life I've had is hell. I don't know where my sons are, Mark and Scott, if they're alive or dead in this whole mess, and nobody will touch it except to hurt me. So I came here and I paid the rent, and now then I asked for, they have a studio that's, I can afford it. The one I was in I could stay, but I wouldn't be able to eat or anything really. So I paid, and at the end of the month she was going to move me into where I'm at today. So I want to give a little history. I have shingles. I moved in here, and about a week later I found out, well, last week I have shingles. I go to my doctor, and that's your immune system. Shingles at my age can be deadly, pneumonia, etc. So she's got me on medicine. I've got vertigo, and that's part of it, she says, the illness. The illness shingles, though, at my age is so dangerous, but other than being painful, it's a byproduct of what they've done to me over the years, soaking me in chemicals and my immune system becoming so depleted. So now then, they come in. The bug guy was waiting almost for me when I came in and paid the rent. And you think this isn't orchestrated? You are. It is so orchestrated, and nobody, the Rockefeller-controlled media, nobody will touch it, and the law won't help me. They won't. So day before yesterday, she came, the manager, and she handed this in my face that they're going to do an annual cleaning here, carpet cleaning, starting today, and they've started. Now, I don't care if it's Stanley Steamer or who, the soaking, I'm on medication that I can hardly walk, for God's sake. Just sleeping in the damp and whatever would get me, my lungs and everything. I don't need pneumonia. I don't need whether they have chemicals or not. The soaking and coming in here with their hoses and everything is too much. At the same time she handed me this, she told me that this is Affordable Corporate Suites here. She told me that suddenly this, I either moved out of there, which I had 2 more nights up there, that I'd paid $320 as opposed to, $306 a week as opposed to $126 a week. She was going to move me into this. Suddenly, along with this carpet cleaning, and this is the people. He's a Jew that owns it, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't in this whole thing with me. I'm a hostage, is exactly who I am. And they beat up on me till I'm just about dead. And now they're demanding to come in here. But first of all, they handed me this day before yesterday, late, that it was an annual cleaning. And then she told me at the same time I could move into this one. It was open. That the girl, I don't know what I'm showing there, that the girl that had lived here for 2 years, and that they were going to have to clean it real good, and I could move in tomorrow. And this is when my rent would be due again. Now then, she showed up yesterday, and she told me that I had to be out of that one. I had 2 days left, much more expensive. And if I wanted this one, I had to move into it yesterday. Now, remember what I just said, that she told me that I couldn't move into it till in the morning, period, till it was clean. Now then, to make a long story short, I've drugged my stuff down here. I've gotten stuff off because they're going to come in, they demand they're going to come in and clean it whether I'm sick or not. I can't keep them out, and I can't call the cops. I've tried that. And then I went up there again, and I could hardly walk. And I went up there, and I said, they're not coming in. I said, I would die if they come in. Just the wet overnight would kill me, whether they use chemicals or not. And she said, well, now, she's one of those that's lived here for 2 years, and that has to be clean. Well, where in the heck did the annual cleaning bit come in? That's what their little letter she poked through the door. This is part of the ongoing hell of me, where the cops come in. That's their letter, and I don't know that this won't upload because they've got the Wi-Fi cut off, and I can't get my it up. This is the only outlet I have, and I had somebody on here, and I've usually show pictures and everything of my dad and where I was in the campaign, and I've had nasty things rather than someone trying to help. The town of Roanoke, just like Atlanta and Huntsville, where I worked for the DA in 80, after they'd fill me full of antifreeze, for God's sake, Trayvon Martin, they had the president because of the marching. Where are all the people in this ongoing hell that's done to me?